Hi, thanks for joining me again for this week's Express Yin Yoga class. We're going to get started straight away, so come onto your hands and knees, bring your knees wide, toes together, and come into a simple child's pose. Grab a pillow or a blanket and just rest your head down one side or the other. Start to connect with your breath, breathing in through your nose and gently exhaling through your mouth. Today's class is going to be focusing on very gentle movement, long holds, deep breathing, releasing any tension that you're holding on to and getting you ready to tackle the next part of your day. So with that in mind, try and keep a softness in your body. We're not trying to effort into any of the poses today. This is just 10 minutes of passive, relaxing, beautiful yoga. You could have your eyes closed, now breathing in and out through the nose, letting your shoulders relax down your back, melting your body towards the floor. Okay, and start to bring yourself back into the room. Move your pillow off to one side, and from tabletop position, lower yourself all the way down onto your stomach. So you want to line your elbows up underneath your shoulders, forearms and hands parallel on the floor. Peel your shoulders down your back and gently open your chest. To protect the lower back, slightly tuck the pelvis, giving your stomach a good stretch, pulling your chest through the goalposts of the arms. Try to sit in a bit of stillness in this pose. If at any point it gets a little bit uncomfortable, you can lower yourself down onto the floor, make a pillow for your head with your hands, and just relax for a few breaths before you come back up and try again. Remember, we're trying to feel good in our own bodies, it's not a competition, so let yourself really enjoy this practice. Slide your hands back in line with your shoulders and push yourself back into tabletop position. You can do a couple of cat-cows here if it feels good. Otherwise, come to a kneel sit position. Grabbing your blocks, a bolster, pillows, whatever you have. Your aim is just to get a little bit of height that you can lay back onto. Stack your props behind you, and with your knees together, come to sit in between your heels. If that's not obtainable, you can also prop your sits bones up onto a block or another pillow, whatever you have to hand. Now you're going to inhale deeply and start to lean back. Now this should create quite a good stretch through the quads. If you are feeling it strongly here and don't want to go any further, please stay with your arms straight. Otherwise, you can tuck your hips and lie back, using the props as a bed behind you, letting your head fall back and your neck open, letting your ribs splay slightly, all the while aiming to keep your knees as close together as possible without causing any pain. If you need to widen them, that's absolutely fine. You can hold onto your feet in this position or just let your arms fall open to the sides. This is a really strong pose, so if at any point you feel like you need to come out of it, just push through your lower arms and push yourself up to a seated position. While you're trying to relax here, concentrate on the breathing and how that feels filling your stomach. As we're laying back like this, we're fully stretching our abdominal wall. Should feel tight if you're trying to do belly breathing. Trying to inhale and expand the stomach. Exhale and release. We have about 30 more seconds here, so really try and concentrate on the breath and releasing into the floor, fully letting gravity take over. Grabbing hold of your feet, using your forearms, slowly push yourself back up to seated, letting your head come up last. Push your props off to one side and lay down on your back, stretching your legs out away from you. We're going to come into eagle leg twist. So bending your knees, cross your right knee over your left, and then if you have the flexibility to do so, hook your right foot behind your left calf and letting your knees fall over to the left hand side. Let your right hand open to the right, letting your gaze look over the right fingertips. Remember, you have a lot of props around from your previous poses, so if you need to prop yourself up anywhere, maybe underneath the knees or the shoulder, please do so. Visualize pushing your right hip away from your shoulder. So you're creating this beautiful long torso, lots of space through the mid-body, opening the chest and breathing deeply. This should feel really great for your lower back. And roll back to center. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So left knee over right, hooking the left toes underneath, if you have the capacity to do so. Otherwise, leave the feet uncrossed and let the knees roll over to the right hand side, looking over the left fingertips. Again, just visualizing that hip moving away from your chest and shoulder, creating long lines through the body. And on your next inhale, roll yourself back up to center, uncross the legs. Beautiful. Have the feet wide and let the knees knock in, taking the pressure out of the lower back. Resting your hands on your lower stomach and just feeling your inhales and your exhales, just creating a meditative moment. This is where we're going to finish out our practice. Just doing a few deep breaths, laying on the floor. If you prefer to come into a full Shavasana, straighten your legs out, let your hands open out to the side, and relax. Thank you so much for joining me for this 10-minute mini class today. I hope to see you again next week.